Your photography site is the most important piece of your online marketing. Every single thing that you do on social media should be pointing users back to your website. And because of this, it's so important that your website acts like a funnel. And what I mean by that is when a lead visits your website, you should design it in such a way that naturally leads them to fill out your contact form and become a client. My name is Peter Barnes and I am a wedding photographer based out of Nebraska. And today I wanna go through 5 things you might be doing wrong on your website. And full disclosure, I have made every single one of these and so many more that I'm not gonna get into. But let's start off with the first one, and that is that you probably do not have enough contact forms on your website. And I see this everywhere. A lot of people will only put one contact form on their entire website, and it won't even be on their home page. It'll be in its separate own page called contact. And this causes a problem because when a lead goes to your website, you have about 7 seconds to get your information out there before their attention span ends and they go somewhere else. And if you have your contact form buried in another page, that's another click they have to make before they can actually get to it. So by putting a contact form on every single page of your website, you're making it so that no matter where your user is on your site, they are always right next to the most important piece, which is the contact form. If you only have one contact form and you have instead put contact me now buttons on other places on your website, I would urge you to get rid of those buttons and instead replace them with the full contact form. The second thing is that you may not have enough call to actions on your website. And a call to action is just something that compels your user to do something. So for photography, this could be something like a contact form, it could be a book now button, it could be a learn more about me button, a pricing button, that kind of stuff. And what you wanna do is after each main block of content on a given page of your site, you should add something that compels your user to learn more. So after a block of text, you could say, learn more about me, or you could say, see my pricing, stuff like that. You could say, contact me now, or better yet, put a contact form there. One of the most common ways you'll see this, and actually one of the quickest to implement, is to put a top bar on the top of your site that compels your user to fill out your contact form. The third thing you might be doing wrong is you might have way too many pictures on your website. And I see this all the time. I see portfolios that have hundreds of pictures on them, and you have to bring that number down. Again, you have a very short amount of time to make an impression, and the more pictures you have, the harder it is to make that impression. It's overwhelming to your user, and it's difficult to get a sense of what kind of photography you do if you just have way too many on there. What I would say is try to shoot for no more than 15 of your absolute best work and really be extremely critical. You need to pick the absolute best pictures you have and make those the primary pictures that you feature on your website. The fourth thing you may be doing wrong is not having a well-defined niche. And the reason this matters is because when a user goes to your site, they need to be able to determine what kind of photographer you are really quickly. And if you have too many different kinds of photography, it can be really confusing to target the kinds of leads you want to attract. It's way better to be incredible at one thing versus being mediocre at many things. Ask yourself this: would you rather go to an amazing sushi restaurant or pick up some sushi from the food court in the mall? What I would also add to this is you need to make sure that you are showing the work that you want to do more of. So if you want to shoot weddings, you need to have wedding pictures to show on your site. If you don't have any yet, you need to go out and make that happen. That could be second shooting. It could be planning a styled shoot. It could be asking your friend that's getting married to shoot some pictures for them to create a portfolio. You have to do that first before you can really drill into your marketing. The fifth and last thing is you may have really poor copy. Now, good copy is one of the most important things that you should focus on in your website. Good copy is what will make your user actually fill out your contact form and reach out. Good copy is how you can communicate your value and your authority to your prospective leads. Here's a good way to think about this. When a couple comes to your site, they have a problem. And the most obvious problem is that they need a wedding photographer. But couples have physical problems and they have psychological problems. And the physical problem is they need a photographer, but they also have psychological problems. Things like, am I worth investing in myself in? Is my marriage going to be worth it? And these are all pain points that you should recognize and address in your copy, because once you understand that, now you can write your copy in a way that not only communicates how much your photography is going to satisfy their need for photography, but also you can communicate that your couple is absolutely worth this investment and they are worth having amazing pictures that will last them for their entire lives. Once you start thinking about copy that way, it becomes much easier to write copy that actually converts. Another place to consider this is on your about page. So many photographers do their about page wrong because counterintuitively, your about page should not actually just be about you. Your about page should be about how you and your unique experience and personality can benefit your couple. For everything here, your copy should be about how you can help your couple. Everything. Every piece of copy, front and center, needs to be about how you can benefit your couple. If you want to tell your story and how you got into photography and what your favorite drink is, you can do all of that, but save that for further down the page. Everything at the beginning needs to be about your couple. One of the websites that does this extremely well is styleandstorycreative.com. Their about page is so perfect. They spend most of it talking about their experience finding a wedding photographer, and they hit every single pain point so perfectly. And then after that, they have their call to action, and then they have little snippets about each one of their photographers, because that story can be valuable, but it needs to come after you've already won the couple over, if that makes sense. But anyway, guys, that is all that I have for you today. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.